Imagine a world place where you can buy the most essential things, the staple articles, not because you don't have money, but because everything is out of stock. You need to have ration cards, and you also stay in a really long queue. If you don't, your family won't have necessary supplies to survive. And finally, after a long time, you get into the shop and there's nothing left. You and your family can die for hunger, and you can do anything about it, because this world is not fair. Now I have to tell you a really sad thing. This isn't just our game or imagination, it was reality for Polish people in the 70s and in the 80s. Yes, it was 40-50 years ago, when my mom was a little girl. I'm a little addicted to shopping and I'm really interested in fashion, so sometimes I buy too much. And then my mom was always talking that now I have theoretically a comfortable life. She didn't have such a chance, and she often spins stories about trade, marketing and shops of her childhood. Well, I decided to check whether this all is true or not. After Second World War, communism lasted in Poland. The second rationing period during my mom's childhood started when in 1976 ration cards for sugar were launched. So Poles had a computed number of those to buy that product. But it wasn't so oppressive because only one product was heavily limited. It all became worse when in December 1981, communist government declared martial law in Poland, and accessibility to everything became restricted. People got papers for all products, for food as well for cosmetics and cleaning kits. Toilet paper became something unachievable. If anyone wanted to get something else, the only way to do it was exchange, because money wasn't valuable at all. Anyway, if Poles got ration cards, they didn't have a claim that they actually got anything, because demand for products was bigger than supplies. So it was impossible for Polish people to live a convenient and comfortable life. This awful time was lasting for about 13 years and ended when communism ended in 1989 and companies became private. But it took consecutive years to rebuild Polish economy. Nowadays there are still poor countries with political issues or with a high level of starvation. So like us a few years ago. But what do we do now? We have fridges fully stocked with food, and there's no chance that anything won't be spoiled and thrown away. For me, it is very shocking how Polish stores have changed over years, from lack of physical stock to abundance. Now we are used to owning a range of different things, which are actually unnecessary and we don't need them. In our country, the amount of huge malls is still rising. Also, we import Western habits like Black Friday or Cyber Monday, which makes us buy things only because they are cheaper. So we can't make possession the most important thing in our lives. Because, in my opinion, it is running nationality from one extremity to another extremity. And finally, I want to encourage all of you to help poor countries, family who struggle with problems now. Thank you.